Please join me in welcoming the director of The Ugly, Yeon Sang-ho. Along with the cast member Park Jong-min. Hwa Hae-hyo. Shin Hyun-bin. Im Song-jae. And Han Ji-hyun.
네, 안녕하세요. 얼굴 연출한 연상호입니다. 반갑습니다. 여기 있는 배우분들하고 스태프분들하고 정말 작년에 열심히 만든 영화인데요. 이 영화를 보면 처음 만들 때 생각했던 거는 이 영화가 끝날 때쯤 관객분들이 어떤 질문들을 가지고 영화를 같이 보러 온 사람들과 여러 이야기를 나눌 수 있었으면 좋겠다라는 생각을 했는데요. 지금 여기 토론토 국제영화제에서 세계에서 처음 상영을 하게 됐는데 부디 영화를 끝나고 관객분들이 좋은 질문들을 가지고 영화에 대해서 이야기를 나누실 수 있게 됐으면 좋겠습니다. 감사합니다.
Hello, my name is Yeon Sang-ho. I'm the director of The Ugly. Very nice to meet you. The actors here and all the staff together, we really worked hard on making this film last year. And at the end of the film, I was hoping the audience will spark the conversation and have questions about this film together. And we get to have this premiere, the world premiere at TIFF. And I wish after the movie that we'll be able to have a good conversation and receive some good questions about the film. Thank you very much.
Hello again, thank you for staying, and please welcome back on stage the director of The Ugly, Yeon Sang-ho. Please come. Along with the cast members, Park Jong-min, Hwa Hae-hyo, Shin Hyun-bin, Im Song-jae, and Han Ji-hyun. Please have a seat. So, just to start the conversation, I'd like to start with the question for Director Yeon. So, the film is based on your graphic novel, Face. What was the process like in adapting the graphic novel into a film? If you can just talk to us about it.
네, 일단은 그 얼굴이라는 제가 그렸던 그 만화를 영상화하기로 결심을 하고 그리고 실사 영화하기로 결심을 한 순간 이제 여기 있는 배우분들에게 같이 작업하지 않겠냐라는 얘기를 먼저 했고요. 많은 부분이 배우분들의 의견이나 이런 것에 의해서 조금씩 이제 수정이 돼 가기 시작했던 것 같아요. 이제 대표적인 예로 박정민 배우가 그 젊은 시절의 이명기와 아들 임동환이 1인 2역으로 자기가 해보고 싶다라는 얘기를 이제 하면서 사실은 전체적인 설정도 미묘하게 좀 고치기 시작한 게 제일 대표적인 거고요. 그리고 그런 것들이 사실은 이 영화를 전체적으로 좀 더 완성도를 높일 수 있게 된 것 같아요. 뭐 어차피 이거는 또 세대 간의 이야기이기도 하고 그 두 명을 한 명이 연기를 한다는 게 되게 이 영화의 메시지를 좀 더 강화시킨다는 생각을 했었던 것 같습니다.
So The Ugly, it was called Face as a graphic novel, and once I decided to turn it into a visual form, and once it was decided to turn into a live action film, I started to suggest the roles to the actors over here, and we had implemented a lot of ideas and ideas of the actors to making of the film, and we were able to edit and improvise the film that way. And for example, one of the biggest thing was Park here, he suggested to play a dual role of playing the son as well as the younger self, the younger version of his father. And because of that, I think some of the setup has changed. But I think overall, this has really elevated the film in a way by implementing the ideas from the actors. And this is also a story about different generations. And I think him playing a role, a dual role of the father and the son, has really accentuated the message that the movie is trying to tell.
And also another question for Director Yon. This project was produced with a minimum budget and a very reduced crew. This is very different from your previous film, from what happened in your previous film. Can you tell us, can you share with us why with this film you decided to go this route? And what were the challenges you may have encountered?
한 1년 전, 2년 전부터 사실은 제가 요즘에 시간 날 때마다 되게 아시아의 전설적인 그런 영화들을 많이 봤었어요. 뭐 에드워드 양 감독님이나 뭐 구로사와 기요시 감독님의 작품들을 많이 봤었는데 그들만의 되게 엄청난 독창성 같은 것들에 늘 감탄하면서 어떻게 그런 영화를 그들은 작업을 하는 걸까라는 질문들을 스스로한테 많이 내렸는데요. 어떻게 보면은 그들이 그 작업했던 것들이 그렇게 큰 사이즈의 영화가 아닌 로우 버짓의 영화라고 하는 것을 로우 버짓 영화라는 걸 깨닫고 어떤 새로운 영혼을 가진 영화를 만들기 위해서는 새로운 육체가 필요할 수도 있겠다라는 생각을 좀 했던 것 같아요. 그래서 저도 이제 새로운 영혼을 가진 영화를 한번 만들어 보고 싶다라는 마음에 이제 영화의 육체라고 할 수 있는 프로덕션을 로우 버짓의 프로덕션으로 해보면 어떨까라는 그런 생각을 했던 것 같습니다.
So about a year or two ago that I started to watch this legendary Asian films, those by the director Edward Yang or Kurosawa Kiyoshi, and I was just really impressed with their uniqueness, and I wanted to know how they were able to create this through this production. And what I realized was that these are made in small scale productions with the low budget. For me to be able to create this film with a new soul, I thought the new body will be required, which means the production. So in order to produce this film, I thought this method, using being a low budget film and using this production method, will be more suitable.
Well, you're here with some of the most talented actors in Korea, who are also the most active and famous in Korea. What was the casting process like, and how did you manage to cast them, consider the low budget of the production of the film?
일단은 뭐 너무 죄송하죠 사실은.
First of all, I'm very sorry about that.
권혜요 선배님은 해주실 것 같았어요 사실은. 네.
In terms of Kwon Ae-yo, I just believe that he would take on this role.
권혜요 선배님은 저랑 인디 애니메이션이었던 사이비라는 작품에서도 목소리 출연도 해주셨고 사실은 다른 독립 영화에서도 출연을 되게 많이 해주셨기 때문에 분명히 말씀드리면은 하지 않을까라는 생각을 했었고요. 예.
So for Kwon, we have worked on this indie animation called The Fake, my animation The Fake, and he was doing the voice acting there. And he has worked on a lot of other indie films as well, so I just believe that he would be able to take on this project.
그리고 박정민 배우도 할 것 같았어요.
And also for Park, I just thought that he would take this job.
이게 제가 알기로는 이제 박정민 배우가 그 얼굴이라고 하는 그 만화를 되게 좋아했었기 때문에 분명히 해줄 거라고 생각을 했는데 제가 이제 임동완이라는 역할을 제시를 했을 때는 사실은 임동완이 좀 되게 듣는 역할을 많이 하는 캐릭터잖아요. 그래서 이 캐릭터를 좀 안 좋아할 수도 있겠다라는 생각을 했는데 이제 갑자기 1인 2역으로 이제 저를 받아쳐가지고 1인 2역 오히려 잘 됐다라고 생각을 했죠. 그래서. 예.
So in terms of Park, he read my original graphic novel Face, and he liked it. So I had a feeling that he would be able to take on this job. However, when I suggested the role Im Dong-hwan, it's more of a listening character. So I wasn't sure if he would like that kind of role. But it ended up being that he suggested to play a dual role. So I think everything just turned out well.
제가 좋아하는 영어 속담이 있습니다.
There's an English phrase that I really like, proverb.
Boys be ambitious.
Boys be ambitious.
일단은 그렇게 두 분을 캐스팅하고 나니까 뭔가 이렇게 이 작품 프로젝트가 되게 좀 신뢰가 가잖아요. 뭔가 이렇게 신뢰가 가는 프로젝트가 돼버려가지고 그때부터는 사실은 여기 계신 배우분들이랑 여기 조연으로 나오신 배우분들도 다 서로 좀 다 친한 배우들이었어요. 이제 그러다 보니까 좀 뭐라고 해야 될까요? 좀 저희 친한 사람들끼리 좀 약간 동아리방 활동하는 것처럼 한 며칠 찍어보자라는 식으로 좀 꼬셨죠. 예.
So after these two actors were cast, the project itself became a very trustworthy project, and I think all the other actors were here as long as and all the actors who were not here, they're all very close. They all have very close relationship. So we turned out to make it like as if we were shooting a film in like a cinema club.
And so this is a question for all the cast members. So the characters that you play in the film are all very unique, and you have to play blind, some people that are blind, and one of you has to play a character where we never shows their face. I'd like to know how it was to work on this film. If you can share your experience during shooting, what was it like? If you can just tell us about the atmosphere and what were the biggest, challenges in playing the role you played.
저희 아버지는 시각장애인이십니다.
My father is actually visually impaired.
슬퍼하지 말아주셨으면 좋겠습니다.
Please don't be sad about that.
제가 괜찮으니까요.
Because I'm okay with it.
이 영화를 준비하면서 저희 아버지가 평생 동안 살아오신 방식에 대해서 한 번 더 되새겨볼 수 있었고
By preparing this film, I was able to really reflect on the life that my father has walked on.
물론 그래서 이 작품을 선택한 것은 아니지만
So that's not the reason why I picked this film.
이 작품 덕분에 저희 아버지와 같은 분들 그리고 이 영화 속의 이명규와 같은 인물들의 마음을 아주 조금이나마 헤아릴 수 있는 기회가 돼서 저에게는 뜻깊은 경험이었습니다.
I think it was a very meaningful experience for me because I was able to have a little glimpse of understanding what the life is like for the visually impaired people and the life of them, and including my father.
연상호 감독이 전혀 모르고 있는 상태였지만 저의 장인 역시 시각장애이십니다.
I don't think the director Yun knew about that, but my father-in-law is also visually impaired.
정말 대단한 우연이죠.
It's such an amazing coincidence, isn't it?
네. 그래서 저 역시 이 임무를 하면서 돌아가신 장인어른의 모습을 많이 떠올렸던 기억이 있습니다.
So I also played this character and kind of reminiscing about my father-in-law as a visually impaired person.
저에게 제일 중요했던 일은 보이지 않는 자가 시각적인 예술을 한다는 것을 관객들이 믿게 만드는 것, 그것이 가장 저의 목표였다고 생각합니다.
I think my biggest focus and the goal as an actor was that a visually impaired person is able to do this visual arts, and my task was to really convince the audience to really believe in that.
토론토 50주년 축하합니다.
Congratulations on TIFF for the 50 years.
Thank you.
저 같은 경우에는 얼굴이 전면에 드러나지 않는 사람을 연기한다는 게 사실 뭐 흔히 있는 일이 아니다 보니까 그거에 대해서 좀 궁금하기도 하고 사실 뭐 두렵기도 하고 그런 마음으로 처음에 시작을 했던 것 같아요.
So because I play a character who does not show her face, her frontal face, it's not something, a character that I come across often. So on the one hand, I was curious about this role, and on the other hand, I was a little daunted by the task that would entail. So that's how I began preparing for this role.
그래서 영화를 지금 처음 이렇게 보시고 다들 어떻게 느끼셨을지 너무 궁금한데 저한테 제일 큰 숙제는 또 그런 거였던 것 같아요. 선배님 말씀하신 것처럼 이 보이지 않는 얼굴이 보이는 것처럼 느껴졌으면 좋겠다라는 생각, 이 사람의 어떤 몸짓, 이 사람의 목소리, 이 사람의 어떤 드러나는 그 다른 모든 것들이 이 사람의 얼굴을 상상하게 하고 이 사람의 얼굴이 나오지 않는다는 게 이상하게 느껴지지 않았으면 좋겠다. 그런 생각을 가지고 되게 많은 고민을 하고 시도도 했는데 어떻게들 봐주셨을지 너무 궁금하고 떨리는 마음이네요.
So I'm very curious about what you all thought about this character, because the biggest challenge that I faced was that her face does not appear on screen, and yet I have to play the character as if the face is being shown through different means, whether it be her gestures, my voice, or any other aspects that do appear on screen. So because, or even though her face does not show, I wanted the audience to imagine as if the face was showing on screen, and I didn't want that to feel strange or odd. And so that's the aspect that I'm most curious to hear about from the audience.
백주상이란 인물을 맡았었고요. 백주상이라는 사람이 유난히 나쁜 인간이라거나 아주 대단히 큰 뭐 빌런이라거나 그렇게 생각은 하지 않았었고, 그 시대에 아주 그 시대에 허락한 도처에 널린 적당한 정도의 나쁜 인간이었다고 저는 생각을 합니다. 지금에 봐서야 좀 더 나빠 보일 뿐이 없을 거라고 저는 생각을 해요. 그래서 연기하는데 특별히 힘이 들거나 뭐 연구를 많이 하거나 그런 건 아니었고요. 다만 그렇게 계속해서 평범하게 악을 저지르는 것에 대해서 큰 죄책감 없이 지내는 인간들은 과연 어떻게 살까 생각을 많이 했었고, 그러고 나서 주위를 둘러보니 저를 포함해서 많이 있더라고요. 그래서 쉽게 참고하면서 연기를 했었습니다.
I play the character named Baek Jusang in the film, and I don't think he's really a terrible, like an especially terrible person or just evil villain. I think he's someone who can be found in any era, and many people were like that during that time. And so I think it's just that we have this temporal distance that he seems like a villain. And so it wasn't really that much energy consuming, or I didn't really study that much. I didn't put in any different kinds of work to prepare for this role. I just think there are people like that all around us. People who are common, who are like us, but then they do all these heinous acts all the time. And so I became curious about people like that who just carry on with their lives without really having a sense of guilt or shame. And I think, including myself, I see that kinds of people all the time. And so I think that's just the way I prepare for this role.
안녕하세요. 김수진 PD 역을 맡은 한지연입니다. 저는 이 영화가 제 두 번째 영화라서 정말 운이 좋게도 여기 초청을 받고 여기서 볼 수 있다는 게 너무 영광이었고요.
Hello, everybody. I play the role, the TV journalist Kim Soo-jin in the film, and this is actually my second feature film project. And so I'm just so honored to be invited to TIFF and being able to watch this film with everyone here.
저는 그래서 너무 선배님과 감독님께서 같이 캐릭터 찾아주시고 열심히 같이 해주셔가지고 잘 찍었습니다. 그리고 네, 화이팅! 50주년 축하드립니다.
So I just followed the guidance of amazing fellow actors that I was able to work with as part of this project, and also the director's guidance, and they really just helped me out in finding my character. And also congratulations for TIFF for its 50th anniversary.
Unfortunately, we don't have time for questions from the audience. This was a very nice conversation we just had. Well, we have to finish it here. Sorry about that. But thank you again. And thank you all for being here with us. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.